Go Young, good pass to the corner. Castillo will shoot a three and rip it. Drive inside, step through, put it up and in. Ramos, she's open. Good looking shot. She'll drive all the way to the basket, scoops it around and puts it up and in. All the way to the basket, two-handed slam.
A huge win for the Estacado Lady Matadors as they pick up their second district win of the season. But now we move on to our second game of the night as the Estacado Matadors host the San Angelo Lakeview Chiefs. Welcome in to the Lubbock ISD Sports Connection on Fox 34 News Now. I'm Devin Ward, a teacher at Lubbock ISD TV. Moments ago, you just watched our first basketball broadcast of the year, and I must say I'm pretty proud of our production team led by our students. But now we turn to our focus onto the guys' game. And let's welcome in our full court crew for the first game of this year for this class. Got Alexis Garcia and Michelle Moreno. Y'all, district games are always the most important. They're grueling, they're a grind, and we have a great one in store tonight. Right, Michelle?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, y'all are right. But before we dive into tonight's game, let's take a look at how the rest of our Lubbock ISD Boys basketball teams have been doing. Starting off with the Monterey Boys, the Plainsmen are just coming off a huge win over Coronado last week and are 12-10 on the season. They are on the road tonight at Lubbock Cooper, while the Coronado Mustangs and Coach Mims are 12-11 and are on road as well, taking on a different Cooper team, Abilene Cooper. Finally, here's a look at Lubbock High. Coach Gibbs and the Westerners are 11-12, just one behind 500. But Michelle, all of these teams have really close records, and so I think the district race should be a lot of fun.
It really should be fun. But now let's turn our focus onto the team of the night, the Estacado Matadors. The Matadors are currently 16-8 for the season and are coming off at a 52-point win over Sweetwater last week. Now, every year, the Matadors go through a grueling non-district schedule where they play 5A and 6A schools basically every game. Now, why do they do that? Well, it's to prepare them for district because, like we mentioned earlier, the district games are the ones that matter. And if you are Estacado, they have the expectations of winning a district title every year.
I love that, Michelle. Now we are going to spotlight onto the person that has laid the foundation for those expectations. Estacado's head coach, Tony Wagner. While many things have changed over the years through the Lubbock ISD schools, Coach Wagner has been one thing that has remained constant. He has been coaching basketball at Estacado since 2000 and has been the head coach since 2006. Coach Wagner has led the Matadors to 4 state playoff appearances during his time at Estacado and won the state championship in 2010. Coach Wagner has many more accomplishments on the court, including 15 district championships and 16 area championships. To Coach Wagner, though, the most important part of coaching is helping his players be successful once they graduate after basketball. And Michelle, I love how Coach is getting ready for the life after basketball.
I do too. And I also love how he gets the best out of his student athletes. As Coach Wagner always says, tradition never graduates. Mr. Ward?
No, you're exactly right. Tradition never graduates, which means, well, there's a lot of talent on this Matadors roster. So let's get to know some of the players and the names that you need to know heading into tonight's contest. Now, it's hard to obtain stats for tonight's game, but after watching some film, this Estacado team is really dynamic. They can light it up from three-point range, as well as drive it into the paint for a contested bucket. On the defensive end, they will look to cause some turnovers, leading to some fast break buckets. So here are some names that you need to know. Point guard, Creelan Avery. Sometimes he will control those fast breaks and a lot of the offense. Tice Kinney can live above the rim and throw it down for the Matadors. Jacoby Williams is a certified bucket. Finally, DeLorean Gordon can lead the team in scoring on any given night. Now, we have looked around the district and at the home team, but what about the visiting team? Well, let's get to know the foe. The San Angelo Lakeview Chiefs are 10-11 on the season, 0-1 in district play, and on average about 50 points per game. They have 3 guys averaging north of 10 points per game, and on any given night, any of those 3 guys can get red hot. On the defensive end, they love to cause turnovers and want to see teams beat them by shooting the 3 ball. They really don't allow any teams to come into the paint.
Yeah, Mr. Ward. I can see why this should be a fun game.
I do too. Now, earlier we were talking about how big district games are and how the Matadors have traditions of making it into the playoffs. And so it's never too early to take a look at the district standings in the playoff picture. Currently, Estacado, Big Spring, and Levelland are in the lead with a 1-0 record, while Sweetwater, Lakeview, and Snyder are sitting with an 0-1 record. Of course, it is still early in a district race, and things will change.
Yeah, no doubt. It will change. It's so true. Finally, if you're going to be watching the game tonight, let us know. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, but even better, you should tweet at us tonight at Lubbock ISD TV. We'd love to interact with you and see who is all watching the game tonight. And that's going to do it for Lubbock ISD Sports Connection. We hope you really enjoyed the show, and we hope that you enjoyed David Thefford and Coach Randy Dean calling the game as they're about to take the reins right after this commercial break on Fox 34 News Now.